Good morning, everyone. Janie here. Welcome back to my garden. It is very early in the morning. My voice is still a little raspy, so bear with me. And I'm going to keep my voice down because it's 6:30 in the morning and I don't want to wake any of my neighbors up. But I am so happy to be out here so early. It's crisp, it's cool. It is a beautiful, beautiful morning, obviously. And I'm so excited. I wanted to get out here early because I have a lot of kind of physical work to do in the garden today, and I wanted to make sure it didn't get too hot. It's not supposed to be too hot today anyway, but I just wanted to get myself out here and get going. And I am so thankful that I did, because now that I'm here, I've had my coffee and the hardest part is over, which is getting out of the house. I'm so happy to be out here. It's beautiful. So my plan for today is to remove all of my sweet peas, which is very bittersweet because they're still beautiful, but they are on their last leg. Look at how beautiful. Isn't that pretty with the sunrise? So these are my Mrs. R. Bolton sweet peas that I have along my black fence right here. That was such a success. I cannot even tell you. This is the first year that I planted a line of sweet peas there, and I'm gonna do it every year from now on because it just worked so well. Let's see if I can show you this way. There we go. Yeah, well, it's a little bright, but you guys can see what I'm talking about. So these are a line of sweet peas. I put them in the fall, and then it just gave so much color. It is mid to late June right now. And so basically they lasted halfway through the year, which is very long for sweet peas in our area. I live in a very hot area, and sometimes sweet peas don't last that long. So this year was fantastic because we've had a bit of a cooler year. But I can't believe how well it worked. So my plan is to take out all my sweet peas and replace them with sunflowers. So basically I had a wall of sweet peas in the early season, and then I'm hopefully gonna have a wall of sunflowers in the later season. So what I was thinking about doing was coming out here and ripping each plant all the way out, ripping it roots and all. That was my plan. So I did my front garden tour. I posted it earlier this week, and thank you for all of you who watched it and your sweet comments on it. But one of you, Colan, I hope I'm saying your name right, he reminded me that sweet peas are legumes, and legumes are nitrogen fixing, you guys. So when he said that, he said, cut the sweet peas off at the surface level and leave the roots in for some extra nitrogen in your soil. And it was just so wonderful. I was so excited to hear that. I got really excited about it because he's right. Sweet peas are part of the pea family and part of the legume family, and all legumes form a symbiotic relationship with a certain type of bacteria called rhizobia. I looked this up. I don't know that off the top of my head, but basically legumes form little bumps or nodules on their roots. And this bacteria basically lives in those nodules. They eat the sugars that they get from the plant, and then the bacteria in return fix nitrogen. They take nitrogen from the atmosphere and fix it into ammonia so that the plant can actually use this ammonia for nutrients itself. So it's a perfectly give and take relationship. It's fantastic. So if you all have heard of the Three Sisters, the Three Sisters is a Native American crop technique where they would plant corn, squash, and peas all together. And the purpose of planting all of these together is, again, one of those symbiotic relationships where basically one helps the other grow. And so the peas in the Three Sisters crop rotation basically gives nitrogen to the corn because corn need a lot of nitrogen. And so it's kind of the same type of thing with sweet peas. Sweet peas give nitrogen, and I'm planning to plant sunflowers. Sunflowers need a lot of nitrogen, so it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. I'm so excited. And you know, I want to keep thanking Colan for pointing this out because it's such an exciting concept, right? To kind of think about. So I was looking it up to see exactly how much nitrogen is going to be available, if it's, you know, if it's even worth it. And it's, you know, it's not as much as you would think. They're basically, if before a legume starts flowering, basically 60% of the nitrogen available goes to the plant, and then the rest of the 40% stays in the soil. If it already goes to flower and actually goes to seed, which is where my sweet peas are at this time, 80% goes to the seed, and then another 9% goes to the plants, and then 11% stays in the soil. I think I'm saying that right. I will link this article down below, just so that you guys can fact check me and all that kind of stuff. So it was a really, really interesting article, but basically what I learned from it is that about 11% of the nitrogen from these sweet peas are going to be available for my soil, which is fantastic. I will take 11%. I will absolutely take 11%. So my plan is to just go through and basically cut the sweet peas off at soil level and leave the roots in the ground. And by doing this, not only is there going to be that nitrogen still in the ground, but then also as the roots dissolve, they're going to kind of loosen up the soil, and it's just supposed to be really fantastic. So sweet peas as cover crops, I mean, it's like the most beautiful cover crop you can imagine, you know, using probably not the most efficient, but super, super beneficial. And then to get the most benefit out of using sweet peas, it would be to till the whole plant into the soil, or let the whole plant die and then let it all go down into the soil. That's how you would get the most nitrogen. So if you had like a farm or like a big field or something like that, that's how you would handle that situation. Anyway, I was just so excited about this concept. I could not wait to get out here. And I also wanted to dig up some of my roots to see if I could see some nodules on my sweet pea roots. So what I read is the more you fertilize your plants, the less need there is for the nodules to form. So if you fertilize your plants, you're not going to have as many nodules. I do fertilize my sweet peas, so I knew I wasn't going to have as many, but I did find a couple little ones. Hopefully you can see it. Different varieties of legumes have different size nodules. What is, gosh, I can't remember. I'll put it on the screen right now, but I heard that this kind has very big nodules that you can see very, very easily. So if you all are interested in this and say have kids or grandkids, maybe you can plant fava beans. That's what I'm thinking. Fava beans apparently have really big nodules. So let me turn the camera around. The nodules are very small. Hopefully you all can see them. I found this so cool. So I'm over here in my cut flower garden, and these are my elegance watermelon sweet peas. So pretty. I loved these. You can see a lot of them are going to seed, and then I even saw one where the seed pod, oh yeah, right here, where the seed pod had burst open already. So I know that most of the nitrogen has gone to the seeds in this plant, and that's okay. But I dug up two of the sweet peas here. First of all, I want to point out, I grew these, I sowed these inside, and you can see how twisted these roots are from being sown inside in trays. So this is just reminding me that either having big enough trays, like those long root trainer trays, is probably a good idea, or direct sowing is probably a good idea, because I'm sure the plant would have performed better if the roots kind of weren't all messed up like that. So I just wanted to point that out. It's a good learning thing for me. But can you see right there on that little root right there? I'm pretty sure those are the nodules. Can you see that right there? Oh, I just think that is the coolest thing. There's a couple more on this one right here. And then I did find some on this one over here, but now I don't see them. Anyway, so I just found this to be so incredibly interesting. I'm gonna bury these back in over here, let whatever nitrogen is available stay in the soil, and then once I get all these out, I will direct sow some more sunflowers. Let me show you my sunflowers I direct sowed just, I wanna say it was like a week ago. Ignore my weeds, but look, they look so good. They look so good. So I did a couple in each hole. So I was thinking about digging them up and just dividing them. I don't know. I'll see how I feel once I get to it, because I have plenty of sunflower seeds. But this worked really well, and I was really nervous about direct sowing my sunflower seeds because of the birds, and I think maybe this white dill on me is protecting it, but yeah, really exciting this morning, really exciting. So what I'm gonna do, take this out, cut them off at the roots or the soil level, and then go through there, cut everything off at the roots at the soil level, and then I will come through and I will direct sow sunflowers. All right, so let's get going. I miss the sweet peas already. I didn't realize how full it just made this area. It was so pretty. So now I'm really excited to get the sunflowers in because I want them to start growing. Okay, so here's the damage. There's a lot of damage. So just be prepared. So first of all, my Vermillionaire Kufia right there, it definitely got pushed over. It was definitely leggy. My Mystic Spires Blue Salvia, I thought they were okay, but it definitely got pushed over. I'm gonna have to trim all of those. They should recover, I think. They should recover, but it's definitely, it's rough. Then, as I was pulling everything out, I don't know if y'all remember, but last year, this was supposed to be my dahlia patch. I had big plans for growing dahlias and lashing them to the fence, and I was all excited about it, and it was such a bust. It was horrible. And so I totally gave up. I didn't even dig them out because I thought they had all died. But if you can see, there's a dahlia. There's a dahlia. There's one that I accidentally cut back. I think that's it. I think that's all the dahlias I have. So not a ton, but I'm gonna let them grow. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. It is still too early to use the blower, so I can't really clean up. Sorry, I'm trying to find a good view. I can't really clean up. I can't clean up all the stepping stones yet. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. It just is so empty now. I don't know. Maybe it looks good. Maybe it looks a little bit cleaner. Let me show you the cut flower garden. Still have a little bit of a mess here to clean up, but I will get to that. But yeah, just took them all out. It looks better. It needed to come out, especially these watermelon sweet peas. These guys were totally done. So even over there along the fence, I basically cut all the sweet peas at the root level. Some of them I accidentally pulled out, but most of them, like this one, I just cut it, and I'm just gonna leave it, and I'm gonna let the roots dissolve, and I think it should be really, really good for the soil. There were so many weeds underneath that pyramid. So I have a lot of people ask me where I got this bamboo pyramid. I just got it at my local garden center in the plant support area. I'm gonna have to get a new one. I've had this one for a couple years now and it's kind of getting pretty rickety, but I love it. It's fantastic. So what I think I'm gonna do now, I do have to take the girls to they actually have a camp this week. They're in chemistry camp, so I'm on carpool duty today. So I do have to take the girls in a little bit, but I think I have time to divide all of these sunflowers. I think I am gonna divide them. I'm gonna divide them and then replant them over here. So this whole patch is full of sunflowers. And then I will direct sow other sunflowers over there. Oh, what variety? Let me go check and see what variety I'm planning to do. So over here in the cut flower garden, these are Gold Rush branching sunflowers. Here's a picture of them right here. Very pretty. I'm excited. I love branching sunflowers because I don't like the one and done ones. I feel like I don't have enough space here to do one and done sunflowers. All right, then all along here, I am planning to plant the Sorea. I hope I'm saying that right. Another branching sunflower. Looks very similar to the Gold Rush. We will just see the difference and see how it does. So this should take me no time at all. Hopefully not, because I have to leave here in 25 minutes to do the carpool. So yeah, let's see what we can do. And done. It is still too early to get out my blower and everything like that, so I'm gonna have to come out here later to clean everything up. But I've got all my Gold Rush sunflowers divided. Hopefully they do okay. I'm gonna be watching them pretty closely, and I might have to come out here and re-sow some more of them. Maybe I'll come out here and re-sow some more in between, just in case they didn't handle the transplant well. And then over here by the gate or the fence, oh, I hear my dog. What does he need? What's wrong? What's the matter? Is the fence open? Just go. You grumpy old man. You are so grumpy. Yes, you are. Anyway, so over here by the fence, it's looking a little bit rough, I would say. But I got the Sorea. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm just going to keep saying it like that. Sorea. I got those sunflowers all direct sown all along here. This is inline drip tubing, and I think it's every 6 inches. Yeah, this looks like 6 inches. So here's an emitter, and then here's another emitter there. But I sewed them every 12 inches, and then I'll still have to come in here and cut these back a little bit more. So I still have a couple of things to do, but I got a ton of stuff done, and it's only 8 a.m. So there's what it looks like after I'm all done. Bittersweet, but it feels good to be so accomplished early this morning. I'm pretty sure I have dirt in all of my pores, but that's okay. I'm so happy that I've got most of my gardening chores done today. I think I'm gonna move on to other things that I want to do. I'll probably show you guys in tomorrow's video, hopefully, but I'm actually adopting a park down the street, which is very exciting. But anyway, I think you all should look into that Three Sisters crop rotation that I was talking about earlier in the video. You know, the fact that the Native Americans were able to figure this out so long ago, how beneficial beans, basically legumes, squash, and corn is. with each other. I just think it's the neatest thing. And that's why I just thought it was so cool when I was reminded that sweet peas are legumes and they're nitrogen fixing. It just makes the nerdy gardener in me really excited. So one year I definitely want to dedicate a pretty large part of my garden to a Three Sisters crop rotation, because I think it would be really, really neat. So anyway, I have to take my kids to camp right now. They're in a chemistry camp, which is kind of appropriate for talking about nitrogen fixing today and all that kind of stuff. But I really recommend, getting up early and getting outside. It is so worth it. It is so nice. I love early summer mornings because it's just so crisp and beautiful and not too hot yet. So I hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope you all have a chance to get in your garden today.